here it is. We did it. Veganuary is complete. It is officially January 31st, 31 days of vegan. Or even if it was more plant-based or more plant-forward, even if there were slips along the way, it's all about the intention and the energy and the effort put towards shifting your food habits and food patterns to being more plant forward. Decreasing the amount of animals and animal products that you use or that you consume is a win. So here are some of the foods that I have eaten for the past week. Started off the week fairly simply with some smashed black beans and my favorite Violife cheese, and then we got crazy and we attempted to make homemade gnocchi from scratch. It was quite the ordeal. It does not look pretty, but it did ended up tasting wonderful, and it included a beurre blanc sauce that we will be using later on in the week. Finally, I had some leftover jackfruit from the bao buns, and we finished that up. I used mine in some tortillas. All right, so this is the second time that we have done Nisha from Rainbow Plant Life's red lentil, I don't even remember what it's called. Anyway, I'll link her video below. It is so good. There's like the end you put in some almond butter, and it changes the flavor. It enhances so much, and it makes it a really different kind of experience. So I absolutely love this dish, and this is the second time we've made it. We're gonna serve it with some rice, and then we have barely cooked some vegetables on top of the rice, or just steamed those a little bit, but really barely they got steamed because we added them right at the end. Okay, have not been filming, however, you haven't been missing out on much because my food has been super simple, as in last night I had popcorn for dinner. Anyway, tonight we had some leftover beurre blanc sauce, so what we did was our normal like one pan gnocchi bake. So you put tofu, gnocchi, and whatever vegetables you want into the oven, bake those all up, and then we had that beurre blanc sauce, so I'm just now heating up the beurre blanc with the gnocchi bake, and that is going to be dinner with a couple of green onions on top because we happen to have them from our recent excursions into cooking fun vegan recipes. Okay, so I actually had this yesterday as well, but I wasn't sure how it was gonna turn out, so I didn't bother filming it. Anyway, I just have a piece of toast with some vegan butter on it, and then I have some leftover lentil stew situation. So what I'm gonna do is heat this up, and then I'm going to use it kind of like eggs on toast or beans on toast or something like that. And just like that, we've got some nice toasty bread and some nice unbubbling leftover lentil curry. And then we eat it. Okay. I don't watch TikTok. I don't have TikTok. I'm not on TikTok or any of that fun stuff. Anyway, I was watching Slim Knit Nutrition's video, YouTube, and they had tried apparently these like triple fold yummy things, and you're supposed to stack different flavors, but I don't have all the different flavors, so I'm just going with peanut butter and jam. Fry it in the oven, or fry it on a pan. So, gonna see how that goes. Certainly looks pretty. A little messy, but pretty. Definitely messy. It's good. It's just peanut butter and jam, warm, but it's good. So, I know that I live in an extremely vegan-friendly city, and we have not just like strictly vegan options and vegan grocery stores and vegan sections, but we also have just about every single restaurant has like a vegan menu or at least multiple vegan options. So I get it. I'm in a very privileged location, but I just wanted to show you, like, this is from one of our food trucks. So it's a shawarma pita with soy curls and hummus, and it's just like packed full of flavor and protein and fiber and really everything. So there are tons of easy and simple vegan options available. And for those who live in large cities or kind of vegan friendly cities, oh my goodness, the options are endless. Well, what would vegan life be without a tofu scramble? Taken me long enough to get here. Anyway, normally I do like a potato tofu hash situation, but I wanted to just focus on the tofu because we are going to a vegan pizza restaurant later. So I wanted to get this part of my life together this morning. Anyway, I've just got some tofu with some turmeric, salt, pepper, parsley, onion powder, and some red chili flakes. And then I also popped in some red pepper. Then I lightly heated up some tortillas in the oven. Surprise, surprise, adding on some of my favorite beloved Violife vegan cheese. And then I'm gonna load it up, roll it up, and nom nom it. Before the end of Veganuary, we wanted to check out this other pizza restaurant, and oh my goodness. It is traditional Nepalese pizza with a beautiful crust, and then they use their own homemade cashew cheese. So good. We'll be going back for sure. Sometimes I wake up and I get these like random ideas, and it's not really random, but anyway, I am going to make a white bean and beet dip for the week. So I've got not quite a full cup of white beans. And I just realized I didn't rinse them, so into the colander they go. I've added a cup and just a little bit of water, and then I'm going to add in some of that veggie stock that I use for everything. All right, so then we are going to seal this up. Make sure that it is on sealing, not venting. And these do not need as long as black beans. So I don't know. I think it was something around 6 or 7 minutes that I put them on last time. So we're gonna try that. They really don't need very long. And there we go. Okay, so then I also have a beet. So really I'm doing this because I happen to have a beet. And I thought that I had some dill, but the dill has gone liquidy. So I'm probably gonna have to pick up some more, because really what this whole thing came from was I had a beet, I thought I had some dill, and I was like, oh, that sounds so good with like a hummus type situation, but I'm taking another breather from hummus, so that's where the white beans came in. Plus, it's just the start of February, and I was like, what about some pink dip? That sounds delightful. Anyway, long story, I have poked some little holes. You can't, oh, there you go, you can see them. I've poked some little holes into the beet. I'm going to wrap it up in tin foil, and I did put just a little bit of olive oil on it. And then I'm putting it in the oven at 400. We are going to wrap this little beet up, put it in the oven, and let it cook for probably 40, 45, 50 minutes so that it's really tender. And then really just gonna throw it all into the blender or the food processor with the white beans, and I will go and get some dill to get the entire flavor profile doing what I want it to do. These I let natural release for 10 minutes on top of the 7-minute pressure cook. This beet is not yet cooked, so it has been in the oven at 400 for about 40 minutes. And I just poked a fork in it and it didn't really go through. So I'm going to unwrap it, or like leave it unwrapped, and I'm gonna pop it back in the oven for, I'm gonna say like another 20 minutes. Okay, so we've got that beet I've put into quarters, and now I'm going to dump in the beans. And I'm just gonna start as is. Actually, let's do a little salt because I know I'm definitely gonna want that. Right, let's do a little scrapey down the sides, and we'll add some dill. I think a little tahini, not a lot. Okay, do a little taste testeroo. Apple cider vinegar. It needs a bit of a kick. It needs some lemon. I had a super teeny tiny garlic clove. Really underestimated how much dill. Loosely half a cup, potentially about a tablespoon of salt. Again, adding in batches. And I used half a lemon, but I feel like I probably could have used a full lemon and no apple cider vinegar. I'm going to continue to scoop it in, but there we go. One of the other things that I could have done, which is my sister's trick for borscht, is add a little bit of dill pickle juice, so like the brine of dill pickles. She always, at the very end of making borscht, will just like splash a little bit of the dill pickle brine in, and that just punches the flavors beautifully. I think what I ended up with is kind of right on point. Okay, there you have it. Veganuary wrapped up in a little bow. That is what I have been eating this Veganuary, and really what I will continue to be eating. I also do something where essentially my kitchen at home is vegan, meaning that we don't cook things that aren't vegan at home. So I hope all of this has given you inspiration to lean more into plants, less into meat, relying less on meat, less on dairy, less on animal products, the better. It's better for our health, it's better for the environment, and it really gives more creativity and more room to play with our food when we take away the basis of the food being a meat product, and instead we get to play with different protein substances and build up around that. So, before I rile on for too long, I hope that this has all been enjoyable, entertaining, and informative and inspirational for you, and let me know down in the comments what you're taking away from Veganuary, if you participated, if you plan to do it next year, and what your food habits might look like moving forwards, what you've learned from Veganuary, what you've come out of it with, and any other feedback and thoughts that you have experienced for yourself through this month. Again, there will still be some food content on here, but it will be a little bit more sprinkled in with human design lifestyle coaching and fitness and yoga videos. So I hope that you will stick around and learn about all of that, and let me know down in the comment section how you see yourself moving forward after this Veganuary.